Welcome everyone! Today we are diving deep into the story of the Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. This is one of the most complicated, thought-provoking video games ever made, and is famous for its wide twists, political themes, and unforgettable characters. We go through the full plot, step by step, explaining who is who. Our story begins in the year 2007, 2 years after the events of the Metal Gear Solid 1. Solid Snake, the legendary soldier, and his partner Otacon are working together in a group called Philanthropy. Their mission is to stop the creation of the new Metal Gear weapons. Snake receives the intel that the US Marines are secretly transporting a new model called Metal Gear Ray, designed to fight other Metal Gears to provide it exists. Snake sneaks on the tanker ship on the Hudson River. Snake is dropped onto the George Washington Bridge, then bungee jumps on the ships during a rainstorm. It is one of the most iconic openings in the video game's history. But things don't get as planned. The ship is suddenly attacked by the Russian mercenaries led by Colonel Sergei Gulkonovich. With him is his daughter, Olga Gurkulovich, a skilled soldier who became an important character later. Snake fights Olga in the 10-bones battle, knocking her out. Afterwards, Snake sneaks deeper into the ship and discovers the massive Metal Gear Ray hidden inside the cargo hold. But suddenly, Revolver Ocelot appears, yes, the same double-crossing villain from the first game. He betrays both Snake and the Russians. Ocelot hijacks Metal Gear Ray, but then something strange happened. His arm, which was transplanted from the Liquid Snake, seems to take control of him. Ocelot's body is overtaken by the Liquid personality. This is the start of the very weird plot twist. The tanker is destroyed, Snake valiantly escapes, and the world believes that Solid Snake was the terrorist who sank the ship. His reputation is ruined because of that. 2 years later, in 2009, a huge environmental cleanup facility called the Big Shell is built in the ocean where the tanker sank. Officially, it's there to clean up the oil spill caused the disaster. But one day, terrorists called the Sons of Liberty seize control of the Big Shell. They take the US president and other hostages. The group is led by the mysterious man known as Solidus Snake, a name that the government keeps secret at the first. The military sent a special forces operative codenamed Raiden. Now here's the big twist. Unlike players expect, you don't play as the Solid Snake for the most of the game. Instead, you control Raiden, a young, inexperienced soldier who trained mostly in the virtual reality. Raiden is guided over the radio by his commander, the Colonel, as his girlfriend Rose. His mission: rescue the president, stop the terrorists, and find out what's really going on inside the Big Shell. Soon, Raiden encounters members of the Death Cell, a rogue special forces unit. Each member is eccentric and dangerous, similar to Fox Hunt from the first game. There's a Fortune, who seems blessed with a supernatural luck, Fatman, a bomb expert who skates on the rollerblades, and of course, Revolver Ocelot, who is pulling stick once again. Raiden also met a disguised ally, Piskin, a Navy SEAL who's suspiciously looking and sounds like a Solid Snake. Later it is revealed, yes, it is really Snake in the disguise. Snake also survived the tanker incident and is working to uncover the truth about the Big Shell. As Raiden explores deeper, he learns that the Big Shell is not really a cleanup facility. Instead, it's hiding a new super weapon under the water. It's called Arsenal Gear, a massive underwater fortress armed with Metal Gear Ray units. Its true purpose isn't just military powers, it is information control. Patriots, a secret group that manipulates world affairs, built it to control the digital age by filtering and shaping information. Meanwhile, Raiden faces the villains of the Dead Cells. He defeats Fat Man in a bombing defusing duel on the roof. He meets Fortune, who seems invincible to bullets, and he continues to work with the Snake and Otacon, slowly uncovering more secrets. One of the biggest twists comes when the Raiden learns that identity of the terrorist leader, Solidus Snake, is a perfect clone of the big boss. Like Snake and Liquid were, but unlike them, Solidus was once the US president. Solidus' plan is to use Arsenal Gear to free humanity from the Patriots' control, though his methods are extreme. As Raiden pushes forward, the story gets more personal. We learn that Raiden isn't just some rookie soldier, he was actually a child soldier in Liberia, forced to fight in the wars as the boy. He was known as the Jack the Ripper. Patriots chose Raiden for this mission especially because of his past. They have been manipulating him, using the mission as the simulation modeled after Shadow Moses, the events the first Metal Gear Solid. Even Raider's support team on the Codex starts to break down. The colonel begins acting strangely, giving bizarre orders, even speaking nonsense. It turns out that the colonel isn't a real at all. He's an AI controlled by the Patriots. Rose might not be real either. Raiden's entire mission is revealed to be set up, a massive experiment in controlling information and human behavior. The climax takes place inside a rare gear. Raiden teams up with the Snake, but the Patriots unleash swarm of the unnamed Metal Gear Ray. Raiden is captured, tortured, and forced to fight for survival. Eventually, Arsenal Gear crashed into Manhattan, destroying part of the city. On its ruins, Raiden faces Solidus Snake in one last duel. Solidus wants to free humanity from the Patriots' digital control, but he also wants Raiden dead since Raiden is like his super son. The two battles with the blade in an epic fight on the top of the Federal Hall. Raiden defeats Solidus, though his future is left uncertain. Snake continues his mission to expose the Patriots, while Raiden walks away with the Rose, unsure of what is real and what was manipulated. The final twist, Snake and Ocelot discover that the identity of Patriots leaders belongs to the people who have been dead for over 100 years. The mystery deepens. Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of the Liberty, ends with more questions than answers. It's a story about information, control, and free will in the digital age. Back in 2001, players were confused, even frustrated, but over time the game has been praised for predicting how governments and corporations would manipulate online information. By replacing Snake with the Raiden, Hideo Kojima also forced players to think about what it means to be a hero, and whether we are just following orders in someone else's game. And that is the full story of the Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of the Liberty, a complicated, fascinating game that remains one of the most ambitious video games ever made.